If your team got guaranteed money, tell them call me.
Whoop. Make me say, my. I done been around the world.
Yeah, I was made for this.
Player Performance with J.A. Cavalier.
What is up, my fellow degenerates? What's going on? Welcome back. Another episode of Player Performance. I am J.A. Cavalier. We're going to get to NFL Week 4 in just a sec. All you need to know to beat the books, of course, making you a smarter player along the way. But first, let's recap Week 3 with Tessa Hall.
Back it up. One more time.
All right, let's see that again.
NFL Week 3 recap. Baker got busted, and the BUCCS got their humble pie versus Philly. The Niners are already looking at Vegas flights for the Super Bowl. Arthur Smith has 1,000 offensive weapons and a QB who can't use them. Brandon Staley is actively trying to get fired and actually got a win in this one. New Orleans went marching out of Green Bay with an all-time bad loss. C.J. Stroud might be legit as he took down Jacksonville Jesus. The Dolphins played a youth Pop Warner team named the Denver Broncos. The Titans have a better chance of scoring on defense than offense at this point. The Sam Howell hype is dead. I don't want to hear that he's Mahomes 2.0 ever again. The Chiefs won, but the real topic is Kelsey and Swift. Justin Tucker missed a field goal, so naturally Baltimore is burning. Even without 3 starting corners, the Jets can't beat the Pats. Andy Dalton gave Bryce Young a run for his money, but Carolina still lost. The Cowboys choked earlier than usual in the season, but still lost to a team actively tanking. Jimmy G looked like a typical Jimmy G without Kyle Shanahan to bail him out. Stafford hit his guaranteed interception prop, and it killed the Rams.
Yes, absolutely. Not my best performance last week. A bit of ups and downs. 6-6, definitely not good. I'm not going to say it's the worst, but it's definitely not good. I will say this. All 6 wins cashed easy. We didn't have to rely on any luck. Matter of fact, if we got any breaks in Week 3, they were all bad breaks. Browns cash easily. Lions cash easy, best bet, and I guess it depends on when you caught the Saints. But you either covered, pushed, some of you may have caught it late and ended up losing, but they were up 17-0, and then Derek Carr gets hurt. You can't predict an injury, especially in that spot. Up 17-0 to start the third quarter with the ball. Look, just bad luck there, and still had a chance to win the game. They missed, a 45, 46-yard field goal at the end? And then the Vikings game. Cousins throws a tip pick in the end zone, or else that soars over the posted total. That either pushed the loss by a half. So we were just that close, maybe 2 plays from an 8-4 instead of a 6-6. And granted, we should have never been in that Vikings spot. We should have never been in that position. A boneheaded play by Brandon Staley. I mean, he almost gifted us one. How this guy still has a job is beyond me. I mean, how do you go for it on 4th down? How do you go for it in that spot? He is actively trying to find ways to lose games for the Chargers. A coach's job, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, really his only job is to put his team in a position to succeed. Season after season, week after week, he continues to put his team in harm's way. Anyway, guys, a lot to go here, a lot coming up, and we're going to get to it all. I'm going to announce the winner at the end of the show in the outro of last week's $250 Amazon gift card giveaway. We have another giveaway this week. Go ahead, drop a comment, like, subscribe. You guys know how to enter. Best comment, of course, will win a $250 Amazon gift card. Let's get on right now to NFL Week 4. We are locked. We are loaded. We are ready to roll. I'm going to be bringing in Rick Bowe. He's going to set him up. I'm going to knock him down. The money train is pulling out right into NFL Week 4.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
Falcons at Jaguars.
Jacksonville laid 3 against the Falcons, playing in London. Totals 43. 67% of the money riding the Jags here. Hey, does traveling to London play into the decision here?
Actually, it does. It absolutely does. And I mean, Jaguars have played across the pond 9 times. They actually play again next week. There were talks a couple seasons ago, I don't even remember, Khan wanted to actually move the team to London. I think there's still talks going on. There's a sense of comfort for one team. a sense of home. I do like the Jaguars, and what it is I really like the spot for the Jaguars. Look, not love certainly the way the Jaguars have played, and I'm not going to say that I love the Jaguars in this play, but it is a spot play for me on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Atlanta ranks 18th against the run, 20th ranked defensive DVOA. So I get the better defense, better offense, better quarterback, back on a neutral field in a spot the Jaguars are accustomed to being in. I get it. The Jaguars looked like trash last week losing to Houston, but they actually outgained the Texans. The difference in that game, 2 costly turnovers. I'm going to take Jacksonville here, and I'm going to lay the points. I love the Jaguars. I love the spot for the Jaguars, I should say. I don't love the Jaguars. I love the spot for the Jaguars. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars in London.
Miami at Bills.
All right, probably the game of the week here. Buffalo laying 3 against Miami. 53.5 is the total. Classic public hype on the over here. Can these teams replicate what they put up last week?
Stone cold lock. Absolute lock. The Dolphins are not going to score 70 this week. Matter of fact, I will go live on YouTube naked if the Dolphins score 70. 88% of the tickets on the over, 88% of the tickets are absolutely wrong. This is the classic overreaction. People forget this is a divisional game, a rivalry. Typically, divisional games, hard-fought, slugfest, rock fight, and both defenses are good. Buffalo's defense, elite. Second in total yards allowed, second in points allowed, second in sacks. The last 2 games in this series, 45 and 44. This number is clearly inflated, but I get it. The Dolphins scored 70 points last week, averaging 44 a game. Buffalo put up 30 plus. Vegas couldn't set this number high enough. People would still pound the over, regardless of what they set it at. Give me the under posted total, under 53.5.
And we don't get to see J.A. Cavalier naked on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry for that.
Vikings versus Panthers.
All right, Minnesota laying 3.5 against Carolina. 45 is the total. Money and tickets have pushed this total up. What are you looking at here?
I'm actually in sync with the money. I'm on the over in this spot. I mean, the real question is, are the Vikings really this bad? And offensively, they've really been fine. 3rd in total yards, 2nd in passing. Defensively, well, now that's another story. Actually, Rick, both defensive have been historically bad. Carolina 24th in DVOA. Vikings defense ranks 27th. Bottom 5 in almost every stat that matters. They've allowed 62 points last 2 games. Carolina scored 27 points last week, and Andy Dalton actually looked good. 361 yards, 2 touchdowns. So both offenses should be able to score. Minnesota, as we know, trends to the over. 5 of the Vikings' last 6 over the posted total. 7 of their last 10 over the posted total. And the over is hit in 3 straight in this matchup. Let's make it 4. Give me the Vikings Panthers over the posted total.
Ravens versus Browns.
Baltimore -2.5. 41 is the total. Money and the public backing the Browns here. Is this a classic fade spot?
The Ravens are fucking dead to me. Listen, 10,000 on a 2-team teaser on Sunday, so basically all they had to do was win. Bills-Ravens, just absolute brutal loss, tore up the ticket. And listen, mentally, I rarely carry an L from Sunday into Monday morning, but I'm still bitter over that one. And if I wasn't so bitter, this might be my best bet for the show because I do like the spot for the Ravens. Justin Tucker rarely misses, or else they win that game last week, and this line is 4.5. So it's a buy low spot on Baltimore. The Ravens own this series. They've won and covered 5 of the last 7. Colts showed us last week, you beat the Ravens by throwing the ball. The injuries are in the secondary, but Deshaun Watson and the Browns passing game, suspect at best. What the Browns do and what they do best and what they do well is run the ball. But Baltimore can limit that. The Ravens rank 8th in yards allowed. They limited Mixon to 59 yards. Dameon Pierce to 38. I don't see Ford going off this week, not in this game, not against this Ravens D, not against the Ravens front. I like a good coach off a bad beat, and it doesn't get any worse than that fucking loss last week. Give me the Baltimore Ravens in a bounce-back spot. Forget the points. I don't need the points. I don't want the points. I don't care about the points. Give me the Ravens. They're going to win this game on the field. Baltimore Ravens, money line.
J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
Steelers at Texans.
Steelers laying 3 at Houston. Totals at 42. Total's gone up a full point, and big money backs it. Can C.J. Stroud keep it up?
Now, I don't see why not. Over 63% in 3 games, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Texans are scoring. I mean, 22 points a game, and that might be enough. But even better, they allow a ton of points. 25th in defensive DVOA, 22nd total points allowed. Kenny Pickett showed proof of life against the Raiders last week, 235 yards for 2 touchdowns. He had a passer rating over 100. 78% of the money is on the total here. It's pushed the number up. I agree with the movement, lockstep with the movement. Give me the over the posted total.
You hear that, Jay? That would be the throwing of the challenge flag. Look, man, no way. There's been 7 Ohio State starting quarterbacks since 2000. Craig Krenzel, the only one with a winning record. And he went 3-2 as a starter in the NFL. CJ played against a really good Ravens D in first week. Ain't happening here. Steelers got a better D than Baltimore. They're shutting them down.
Now, look, I can't argue the whole Ohio State quarterbacks of old. I won't even say that Stroud is going to be the exception to the rule. But numbers are numbers, and numbers don't lie. And if we're being honest here, Rick, you're not exactly biased. You're from Michigan. And being from Michigan, you're programmed to hate all things Buckeyes. You're ready to put the flyer out there, sell all stock in Justin Fields, and just say Justin Fields is garbage.
He isn't doing that well.
No, he looks like shit. But I mean, you have to really. We both know that when a young quarterback's drafted, it's more so the situation he's drafted into and the organization top to bottom. Justin Fields has just caught a bad break. He's been drafted by an organization in complete fucking shambles. I mean, would any quarterback right now, today, excel in Chicago?
No. There isn't one, because you're right. Now, does that apply to Stroud in Houston?
I don't know, but no, actually, you know what? They seem like they're on the uptick. Yes, they sold the farm, but they got out of a really bad situation and got a lot back for it with Deshaun Watson, right? So now that allows you to burn it down and start rebuilding your future.
Here's what I like. Steelers, defense. How do they win games? Their offense is terrible. They line up and play great D. They're going to take advantage of a rookie quarterback. That's all I'm saying. That's why I lean towards the under.
Now, I don't disagree with the Steelers defense, right? But they haven't actually absolutely been stellar this year. They haven't exactly stopped people this year. The Raiders were moving the ball, and the Raiders should have won the game on Sunday night. I mean, why the fuck you kick a field goal in that spot baffles the fuck out of me. But, this is just another situation of coaching in 2023.
Yep, I hear you. Preaching to the choir.
And listen, the same thing.
We'll agree to disagree on this one.
That's fine. We agree to disagree. Just so you know, after further review, the ruling on the field stands as called.
Stands as called. That's fun.
Rams at Colts.
Colts -1.5 here. 47 is the total. 67% of the money sees the over cashing. Now, Anthony Richardson's in concussion protocol. May play, may not. If he doesn't play, does that change your handicap?
No, it does. It doesn't. Listen, I'm actually doing something here that I very rarely, actually never do. I'm giving out a nice little same game parlay. And this is also going to be my best bet for the show. That's how much I like it. I like the Rams and over in this spot, same game parlay. Anthony Richardson, I believe, is going to play. Richardson is the key to the Colts running game. A successful running game opens up the passing game. The Rams won't put up much of a fight either. They give up the 8th most rushing yards in the league, ranked 26th in defensive DVOA. So there's going to be opportunities for Indianapolis. Now, on the other side, I really like this spot for the Rams. Colts come in off of a win, fat and happy. Lamar Jackson had his opportunities last week. He just couldn't hit wide open receivers. That's not going to be the issue. That's not going to be the case for Stafford. LA has weapons everywhere, Higbee, Nakua, Atwell, and we get a good coach off a bad loss, which is a spot I love in the NFL. We also get the better quarterback. So, like I said, we have the better coach, better offense. And remember, Colts play to the over as is. 4-1 last 5, 7 of the last 10. And the over is 4-0 last 4 in this matchup. Game indoors, which typically trends towards the over as well, so the elements won't be an issue. Give me the Rams and the over. Best bet for the show is going to be a same-game parlay. First time, history of this show, same-game parlay as the best bet. Rams and over the posted total. Take it to the fucking bank.
Bucks at Saints.
Saints 3-point favorite here against the Bucks. Totals 40.5. Worst division in the NFL. Can you trust either one of these teams?
No, not really. But now, especially not without Derek Carr. I'm going to lean the Bucks plus the 3, actually 3.5. Neither of these teams really get me going, but it is a division matchup, typically a close one. Last meeting last year decided by a point. Low total suggests a tight game. But here's the deal. Dennis Allen in divisional games, 1-6 against the spread as a favorite. He's 4-10. In games as a chalk less than 4, he's 2-7. Do I trust the Bucks? Do I trust Baker? No. In fact, while every sharp was in Vegas was pounding the Buccaneers on Monday night, I released a 20-dime no-doubt route, first half, on the Philadelphia Eagles. We, of course, cashed that ticket easily. Sometimes it's just about the numbers. This is a numbers play for me. All the numbers point to Tampa. Fun fact, when the total is less than 42, underdogs of 4 points or less are 81, 47, and 2 against the spread over the last 5 seasons. That's just some food for thought. Give me the Buccaneers plus the points.
Commanders at Eagles.
All right, Eagles laying 8 here. 44.5 is the total. Big money has pushed this total a full point down. Can Washington really score against the Eagles defense?
All right, so the public's on the over, but let's be honest, the public's always on the over. Sharps come in pounding the under, and the play is absolutely the under here. Sam Howell was picked off 4 times against Buffalo, 25th ranked QBR in the league. Philly's coming off 2 takeaway game and allowed 11 points. That was to an offense on fire. Washington is definitely not that. Washington ranks 22nd in offensive DVOA. Washington has scored more than 20 points just once this season. The under is 4-1 last 5 Commander games. Jalen Carter is getting after the quarterback. PFF ranks him as the best interior defender. Washington allowed 9 sacks a week ago. They've allowed 19 through 3 games. So I don't see the Commanders doing much at all. And we all know what the Eagles are going to do, right? Pound the rock, kill the clock. I've also mentioned division rivalries trend under the posted total. This series is no different. Last 10, they have averaged a combined 43 points, which of course pushes this under. Give me the under the posted total, Commanders Eagles.
Preaching to the choir, Jay. Commanders blow, man. I'm on the under with you.
Day, week, month, and season packages available on whylose.com. That's the letter Y, LOSE.com.
Bengals at Titans.
All right, Cincy, 2.5 point favorite here. 40.5 is the total. Money and the public both loving the under here. You faded the public a bit this week. What are you feeling on this one?
Listen, Rick, let's get this straight. I don't ever really fade the public, at least not blindly. Like, my handicap isn't just to fade the public. And listen, but facts, The margin between sharp and square is closing. There is so much out there right now, so much information to consume, so many shows like this one to learn from, and it's really now just a matter of experience. But that gap between sharp and square is definitely closing. Now, having all said that, this week I'm going to ride with the public, or as you say, quote unquote, public. Both offenses suck. Tennessee 27th in DVOA. Bengals ranked 23rd. Titans under has cashed in 7 of 10. 6 of the last 8 head-to-head. Titans cannot move the ball. 28th in yards per play. Tannehill completely washed. Fucking bum. He ranks dead last in QBR. He has 1-to-3 ratio. So he's thrown 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions on this season. One more bad game, and I think it's Malik Willis time over there in Nashville. Burrow doesn't look quite right just yet. He still has that bum ankle, and you could tell something wasn't right when he wasn't comfortable on Monday night. The problem with an ankle for a quarterback is planting and stepping. It's hard to get that oomph into the pass. I expect Burrow in a get-right spot. Too much talent not to. He's going to get right. With all those weapons around him, at some point during this season, Burrow's going to put it together and start looking like Joe Cool once again. Right now, he's not playing well. 4th worst QBR in the league. 40.5 is low, but I'm riding. Give me the under the posted total.
Raiders at Chargers.
Chargers laying 6 here, totals at 48. The line opened at 4.5. It's up to 6 now. Contrarian or go with the line? What do you think?
All right, I'm going to lay the points in this spot. Obviously a little up in the air, but I don't know that I really care who starts for the Raiders. I will lay the points. The Raiders looked awful on Sunday night. 3 turnovers, 4 sacks. Jimmy G is in concussion protocol, but he played most of that game, actually, the rest of the game with the concussion. Brian Hoyer may get the nod. He's played in 7 games over the last 3 years. Chargers can and will score. 6th best scoring offense, 2nd most yards in the league. Herbert has been MVP-like, 939 yards. I don't think you guys can understand just how good that is. Close to 1,000 yards through 3 games. 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3rd best QBR in the NFL. The Chargers average 28 points per game. Raiders are averaging 15, ranking 28th in both offensive and defensive DVOA. So bad on both sides of the ball. LA has also covered in 3 of the last 5 in this series. Raiders 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. I don't care if it's Jimmy. I don't care if he plays or not. I would prefer him in, actually. You would catch a banged up quarterback, with one of those what happened moments. But I also feel we would catch a better number with Garoppolo. And remember, October is Chargers month. 8-4 against the spread in their last 12 October games. Give me the Chargers. Lay anything less than 7 in this spot.
So you're telling me you trust Brandon Staley?
No, I trust the Chargers. I trust Herbert. I trust the weapons on the edges a lot more than I trust Staley. But listen, maybe the aggressiveness of Staley gives one back to us in this spot.
Amen.
Patriots at Cowboys.
Dallas is laying 7 here, totals at 43.5. 94% of the public likes the under. Are you riding the public after a bad Dallas game, or what?
Nah, I mean, the public's all over the under here, but not me. I mean, Cowboys are coming off a brutal loss to Arizona, but you go 1 for 5 in the red zone, that's what happens. Commit 13 penalties, that's what happens. The good news is all those issues are fixable. And for those thinking that the Patriots can't possibly score, their offense is done, their offense sucks. But how about this? Through 3 games, Cowboys rank 15th in offensive DVOA, but the Patriots are 13th. Now, does that mean that the Patriots are going to tear it up against Dallas? Absolutely not. But they're going to put up just enough points to push this one over. And keep in mind, the last time that these 2 teams played, they combined for over 60 points. Dallas at home, absolute over machine. Last 5 at home, over the posted total. We're going to make it 6 straight on Sunday.
Cardinals at 49ers.
49ers laying 14 here. Totals at 43.5. The total jumped up 2 points, and 98% of the money's on the over. Can the Cards really score on the Niners?
Listen, just take the over in this spot. The Cardinals have actually been sneaky good on offense. The question is coming, though, of course, in Arizona. It's already brewing. What are you going to do with Murray when he returns? I mean, I think you keep his ass on the fucking bench, let him ride pine. Arizona ranks 10th in offensive DVOA. They've racked up 6th most yards, 12th most points, and Dobbs, yes, Joshua Dobbs, top 10 QBR. More impressive, 0 turnovers. Now, I'm not asking or even expecting a lot from Arizona here. I expect the Niners to do most of the heavy lifting. They've scored 30 in every single game. So if I'm going to get 30 from the 49ers, I only need 14 from the Cardinals to push this over. Arizona has scored 16, 28, and 28. This total should easily soar over. Niners also have some holes in the secondary. Look, you're not going to stop their pass rush, right? They're going to get home, and that's okay. But all you have to do is just hold them up just a bit. You can exploit those weaknesses on the back end. San Fran gave up 23 to the Rams. LA attacked them through the air. I expect the same for the Cardinals. That's what the Cardinals are going to have to do to even keep this game competitive. Give me the over 43.5. And obviously, everybody would love the Niners in this spot, but I am not laying 14. But true story, double-digit dogs in the double-digit chalks in the NFL are starting to cover those numbers. So, I mean, if I was going to lean in this game, I would lean towards the Niners, but I am definitely on the over in this spot.
J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. 3 NFL games for this Sunday. 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays, 1 week, $99. His Pro Football Triple Crown must go 3-0 or the entire NFL season is free. J.A. Cavalier's Pro Football Triple Crown. Link in the description below. Click the link now and jump on the money train.
That's right, guys. Get to ylose.com. That's the letter Y, LOSE.com. Free picks, stats, trends, scores, odds, and more. ylose.com. The letter Y, LOSE.com. And be sure to pick up the NFL Triple Crown this week. Looking for that 6-0. 3 NFL max bets, 3 straight, 3 two-team parlays. Link in the description below. Remember, $99 1 week. Must go 6-0 or the entire NFL season is free. Link in the description below. All right, guys, moving on. Amazon gift card winner from last week, at William Mitchell, 1439. That's at William Mitchell, 1439. Step up. You are the proud winner of a shiny new $250 Amazon gift card. Guys, to join this week's contest, it's simple. Subscribe to the channel, like this week's episode, and drop a comment. Best comment wins a $250 Amazon gift card. As always, 21 and over. Please be responsible. Well, that's our time for NFL Week 4. I am J.A. Cavalier. He's Rick Bowe. This is Player Performance. We'll see you back here next week for NFL Week 5. Until then, remember, bet with your heads, not above them.
Day, week, month, and season packages available on ylose.com. That's the letter Y, LOSE.com.